All in audio experience.
Though, man, Florida living.
with Mickey Mouse and them. Andreas over there too, Trent. He in the
Yeah,
yeah, he on the production side with it.
BTS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was like, what you mean? He in Orlando? I was like,
yeah.
what?
Nah,
But
not
guys,
like that. Not like that. But all right, let's get it going, y'all. 1, 2, 3. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's the All In Audio Experience. Man, we got a very special guest. Trent, go ahead, bring us in, man.
man, look, today we got our guy, Xavier Jones in the building, man. Real Films, Zay Waavy on social
Yes,
media.
sir.
He been everywhere in the city, man. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I appreciate y'all for having me on here.
Yes, sir, bro. Yeah, you been working, bro. You very talented, very creative. You in a lot of different avenues, bro.
Definitely, definitely.
I was telling you earlier that I went on a little deep dive, man. It's not just the media production side. It's also the artistic, the singing and the hip hop side of things too.
Yeah.
Making your own music, helping other artists put their music out
Right,
and
right,
get their visuals out and stuff like that.
right.
Man, like where did that start for you? Just having a passion for that music.
Man, so music always been a real, real big part of my life. Growing up, as long as I can remember, man, my mom, she had this huge, huge shelf with nothing but CDs, man, big album covers, cases, I mean, with a bunch of CDs in them and stuff. So we used to sit in the living room, do a lot of dancing and stuff like that. And I was always just real intrigued with, the art of music as a whole, man. So, growing up in church, being in the choir and all of that is just music always been a part of my life, man. And I was able to translate that into a bigger art form, you know what I'm saying? So,
Heard.
Yeah, that's dope for sure. I mean, I feel like most, black kids, like, if you grew up in the church, like that was kind of some of your first, just interaction with music overall, and it
right,
really shapes who you are, man. So,
right.
how was it growing up in the church too? Like, did you said you sang in the choir, did you pick up any instruments? How involved were you on that?
Yeah, so as far as church is concerned, my mom, she ain't play that Sunday morning. She making us breakfast. Then we getting the church clothes on and we heading out. That really wasn't optional.
Yeah,
Facts. Facts.
Yeah, that really wasn't
yeah.
optional, man. So, but as far as the rest of the musicality of me, man, so I play the drums. I was super, super deep into that. I actually was in band from middle school all the way up through college. Shout out A&M. Um, Marched for them. Then kind of translated from there to me actually making music. I started actually making music around 2012. I started off making beats. I wasn't really that good at that, so so I started dibbling with actually recording, man. So I got on GarageBand and started actually recording myself, and kind of went through different phases of music and stuff like that, and pretty much just implemented that into everything that I'm doing now, as far as music, directing, creative directing, just the whole full artistic experience with me boils and stems from everything in my early childhood. Like I said, starting back from the church into me being in band and all of that. Like to this day, Drumline still one of my favorite movies,
I was just
man.
about to bring that up.
Oh yeah,
Drumline
Yeah,
goaded.
drum to
classic.
this day, Drumline, man. That was real big for me, man. I used to break hangers up and act like they was
For
drumsticks,
sure.
getting yelled at. Quit beating on stuff.
Cause breaking stuff, boy. Breaking the hanger is crazy.
Yeah,
I
I
ain't gonna
was
lie
breaking
though.
hangers and using them as drumsticks, man.
Nah, I wanted to. I think I wanted to play drums because of drumline too. Not even like because I was like super musical. I was just like, Nick Cannon look raw right now.
Right, right,
He
right,
started beating on
right.
his drum. I
Bro,
was like, ooh, that nigga, that's disrespectful right
Yes,
there.
bro, yes. And it was just like ever since then, I was just obsessed with band life too. So I was in band all the way from middle school up until college.
Oh, that's fire. That's fire. My mama wanted me to play the piano so bad, bro. I did 1 year band. I stuck with the trombone because I had you in our middle school. They only had so much stuff, so you really had to get what you could get.
Yeah.
I got the trombone, bro. I was so disappointed, but I got the second seat. I got the second seat though, cause I was just
Okay,
so competitive.
okay.
Almost first chair.
Almost
Almost
first
first
chair. It was
chair.
this one nigga Gage. Boy, he was raw. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
he got
And
it.
see, I knew because when we was in middle school, you had to actually try out to be a percussionist. So if I didn't play drums, I was actually going to play the saxophone. I was real intrigued with the saxophone. I love the saxophone, man. So I did my tryouts, aced it, and I was on drums. And I actually learned how to play piano off of that. So in my high school, well, middle school, but it wasn't that big of a deal. But in high school, we had to learn how to read music and everything like that. So we playing xylophone, vibraphone, all the little stuff like that, which is essentially like a piano. All the notes and stuff is still the same. So I was able to teach myself how to play piano by ear.
Man, you so gifted,
Mm.
bro. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
Like how you touched almost like you basically touched every like part of like the music. The if you had like a music team for like an artist, you done played every
Yeah.
part,
Yeah,
for
he
real, for
Yeah,
played
real.
every
man,
role.
because like I said, as far as everything that I do creatively in order, like I said, I started off playing the drums, singing, of course. Started making beats, went from making beats to engineering, went from engineering to DJing. Actually, that's where Zay Waavy came about. That was actually my DJ name. So I started my entrepreneurial journey in 2016 with DJing. Um, Went all the way up to about 2020. COVID really knocked me out with the DJing. And at that particular time, I had my video production company going real good.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, yeah, should I put some more money back into it or no? Because I had a car accident and a lot of my equipment in there got messed up and they weren't trying to pay for it. So I'm like, if I spend more money, I'm going to gush it into my production company. So
Yeah, I
I
got
kind of just took myself out with the DJing. But like I said, all of that.
you. He was like, yeah, let me double down on this. I mean, you had a lot of momentum with the videography and stuff like that. We
Mhm.
definitely gonna get into that.
Shoot, I want to hear about a little bit about your experience at A&M. Um, like I'm also HBCU grad, so how was that experience? One being in the band, like being in a black band has a different vibe.
It
Um,
definitely is, man.
then
It definitely is.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So yeah, I'm like, yeah, just dive into that. Your experience not only as a student but also being in the marching band at A&M.
So I'm from Huntsville, Alabama, born and raised. My parents, they, I don't want to say it like this, but my parents, they kind of took me out to black schools when I was young. I went to a couple different schools in kindergarten and first grade. The experiences was kind of bad, so they put me in a transfer, and I was pretty much going to the white schools from elementary all the way up through high school. So I was in core style band, you know what I'm saying? And that was my first experience in a predominantly black school. That was my first experience in a black band, man. So I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. It was almost like it was almost surreal to me because growing up, my cousins they were in band at Johnson, Lee, and stuff like that, and just the experience of that, it was almost just like a baby A&M, especially when it came to Johnson. So I always wanted to
Mhm.
do that, and actually I was supposed to go to FAMU. I ended up at A&M
Okay.
off of Humbug. I was going to A&M, I mean FAMU for band, and that's when they had that hazing incident where the drum major had got killed on the bus. And so my parents was like,
Oh.
yeah, no, we're not finna send you all the way to Tallahassee and, you get on the bus and get killed. So
Yeah.
at that point, it was kind of last minute, man, because I knew I didn't want to go to Alabama State. And I didn't really know what I was going to do for school at that point because they took FAMU away from me. And so I ended up going to A&M and talking to their band director. I did an audition and got my band scholarship. So my parents they wanted me to get the full experience, so I actually stayed on campus my whole first year too. Man, good times.
Good
Yeah.
time.
Good
Boy had a
Good
lot of
times.
times.
fun.
Hey, good
Yeah, that boy
times,
had a lot
man.
of
Good
fun.
times. Listen, I want to tell everybody enjoy enjoy college, man. It's
For sure.
definitely a good experience. Obviously you want to go to get your education, in hopes of furthering your career or whatever your field is that you're gonna major in. But enjoy the experience of colleges, man. It's definitely dope. Not gonna lie.
The first 2 years, bro, you gonna
Yeah.
have fun. Just go to class.
You gotta
Just
go to
to class.
class.
I don't care how. I don't care what y'all did the night before. Just force yourself to get in there, and it'll help you out in the long run.
It will, and I'm gonna tell
Well,
you, if you don't got the brain power, stay away from them 8 o'clock classes, man.
Facts. Do not do that early
yeah,
on, bro.
yeah,
Do
yeah.
not do that. Do not set
Stay
yourself
away
up.
from them 8 o'clock classes, bro. Stay
Bruh.
away from them.
You said something with that one,
Yeah.
bro.
College is really a game, bro. You gotta figure out like what professors want what. You know, some want you to be there, that attendance. Some just want you to turn in shit. So it's like you really gotta learn the game early
Yep.
and, maneuver that way. So yeah, I feel you. I
Yes,
got a
sir.
cousin that she lived in the city and her folks was like talking to me and I'm like they like, we don't know if we want her to stay on campus. I'm like, she gotta go her first year. That's when you meet a
Yep.
lot of your friends. Like
Yep.
that's the best time to be there that freshman year, bro. You ain't gotta stay on there after that, but you need to meet everybody. You need to,
You do.
enjoy that experience. So
You do.
For sure. Going back to kind of the difference between the black and white band. So I went to a PWI. Um, I'm a Morehouse man still, but we'll talk about that later. I went to a PWI and both our high school. Me and Trent was the same high school, so both our high school, and then because our high school Sparkman's got a good white band. It's got like a solid, like they put a lot of money into it.
They were huge when I
Yeah.
was in high school. That was back in like 2011, 2012.
Yeah.
Like they were huge.
Yeah, they just got a lot of kids, and so I went to Jacksonville State for undergrad, and they got a big band, and some Southern or something like that. But you know what's crazy? Every time we had like a TSU come to town, I don't care how many of them white folks we had on that field, they came to that
Loud.
thing loud.
Yes.
You felt them.
Yes.
Presence big.
Yes.
So like, can you just tell me a couple of the differences? And so this is the outside looking in differences, but what's some of the differences like when you in the band from when you went from like a white band to like the
So
HBCU?
just speaking in high school, man. So I was on the drum line in high school as well, and we might have had 4 or 5 black guys that was actually on the drum line, and so we were trying to bring flavor to the band. You know, at the pep rallies, everything they looking forward to seeing the drum line, like we showing out. Now the band director at that particular time, he didn't like that. He didn't like that at all. Excuse me. He didn't like that at all, man. And it was a couple instances. I actually had got kicked out of band my junior year, man. I had an incident with a band chaperone. We was on our way to Gaston for a playoff game. And I don't really like saying that these people are racist or nothing like that, but they just had ways of treating the black kids that were in band. They would treat them a little different. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, man, we were getting ready to get off the bus at the mall, and we're standing up. We trying to get off the bus, and so this band chaperone, man, me and him never really got along, and so he gets up and he was like, "Man, you need to sit down," like yelling at me. And so I looked him dead in his face, and I was like, "Man, I sit down, but you ain't got to yell at me." So then he proceeds to walk up to me, man, and he gave me a little shove, like, "I told you to sit down." Yeah. And my first reaction, man, I didn't about shove this man through the bus windshield.
Oh, Lord.
Right. So I get off the bus, man. Going to the mall. Now all of the band chaperones, man, they all surrounding me and stuff like that. "Oh no, you don't put your hands on the door. We're gonna
you don't
man.
put your hands on a child,
Right, you know what I'm
talking
saying?
about?
And I had several witnesses, man. So that whole thing got blew out of proportion, man. I didn't get to march, and the thing is, at the football game, I'm cool with a lot of people who are on the football team and stuff like that. So their parents, they're catching word of what happened and what's going on at the football game because they pretty much trying to use me as a pack mule now. So I'm toting all the stuff off the bus and everything. So people getting asking what's going on. So I had a couple guys, man, that came up to the guy that pushed me, man. They scaring them half to death, and it was all bad, man. But like I said, the biggest thing with the white band and the black band is the fun part, honestly, because in a black band, that's way more work. when it comes to a black band, it's way more work. Like I was in for a rude awakening freshman band camp at A&M.
Yeah.
That was no joke. But you know, I didn't really, I didn't really care too much, you know, to be in the band at Huntsville High. That's the high school I went to, Huntsville High. I didn't really care too much to be in the band, man, just because you know the leash was extremely short on anything we could do. I didn't really like the music we played, but I loved playing the drums. You know what I'm saying? And I knew I was gonna go to a HBCU for college. So I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna continue to do this. And I am grateful for being in the white band because you had to know how to read music. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, when we getting show music, it's not, you know, we seeing the section leader play and we got to learn what he's playing. No, there's actually music for the snare, music for the quads, music for the bass drum, all of that. And you have to know how to read that music. So that helped me in the long run because that's what actually helped me secure my band scholarship. But it's a huge discrepancy between the two, though. Huge.
For sure. For sure. Nah.
You said you was tired of that fight of the bumblebee, goddamn.
Man. But we made the most out of it though, man. Shout out to all my old homeboys, man. We had our little section, man. We was called DSAP, man. Drummer serious about playing. So shout out. Yeah, man.
Shout out to the game.
So yeah, man, I appreciate all them. Like I said, we made the most out of it, man, every single year. Like I said, the drum line, that was the heart of the band. After halftime, during the games, like everybody, they wanted to see the drum line. But when it comes to actual, you know, band at HBCU, the light was kind of taken away from the drum line a little bit. Not a lot, but the overall band was more so what people wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be some instances where you got more people tuned in to the bands, you know, battling each other than the actual football game.
Oh, for sure.
But, you know, that's just the HBCU
Yeah.
thing, man. That's just the HBCU thing.
Nah, yeah, you didn't have to tell us. So I think I kind of picked up it was Huntsville High.
Yeah, I went to Huntsville.
You said you switched up, and I was like, well, that checks off Lee Henderson, or J.O. back then, probably.
Yeah, it was Johnson at that particular time. Yeah, I ain't go to nothing. I went to Huntsville High, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, shout out to Huntsville High, though, man. My alma mater, you know.
Yeah, they get a little love. Let's transition into like, so you spoke a little bit about like your entrepreneurial like journey,
Yes.
like that started with you DJing.
Yes.
So what made you get into DJing? We was talking to Scheme and like he kind of got into the DJ scene when he got to college. Did it come to you in college or how did it come to you?
So actually, I started DJing right after I got out of college, man. So, and even in some of my songs from back then, I always talked about wanting to work for myself and be my own boss and everything like that. So, I was a computer science major. I actually I dropped out of college in 2015 to pursue my entrepreneurial dreams. I was majoring in computer science, and at that particular time, man, it was like life was starting to get a little bit more real, and I wasn't the college student that was getting back, you know, refund checks and all of that. So being a broke college student ain't no fun, man. I'm gonna just be completely honest with you, man. So I started working a couple jobs, you know, just to have some money in my pocket, and I was always interested in DJing. Like I said, I used to engineer, and I was making music. So my whole thinking was, hey, I can become a DJ, and I can spin my own music.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Little placement here and there.
yeah, so I went and bought me a DJ board. I did some little research, man. I went and bought me a DJ board. I went and bought I leased some speakers, paid them off, and I started putting little short videos on YouTube of me DJing. I put them on YouTube and I put them on Facebook. And so what I did was I marketed that, and I wasn't doing like clubs or anything like that. I was doing more so private events like birthday parties, weddings, work events, you know, like work parties and stuff like that. And so I actually did that for 2 years, and it ended up getting me on at 103.1 We Up. I had actually got hired over there to be a radio DJ. And so this might have been maybe 3 or 4 months before I started my video company. And I'm not gonna lie, the experience was kind of bad. It was just because there was a lot of promises that was made and they weren't kept.
This is at the radio station?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this was at We Up. It was a lot of promises that was made and they weren't really kept. Um, so I ended up leaving there. I was still doing my DJ thing. It got kind of hard for a minute just because I was trying to transition into the clubs just because I felt like that would be a better look for me. But the DJ market in Huntsville is extremely saturated. It's a lot of DJs here,
Sure.
and they already have the DJs who are used to playing at these different clubs and stuff like that. So you had to come in there, DJ quick or something like to be able to go and try to take their spot. And it wasn't me trying to go in there and do that, but it was just me trying to make a way. And I was trying to do DJing full time, but it just wasn't enough to do that. So that's pretty much how I started, ending up transitioning into my production company and kind of just leaving the DJing alone. But like I said, the main reason why I had went into DJing, obviously was money, but I wanted to be able to spin my own music as well because my whole aspirations throughout my whole journey was to become a big music artist.
Okay.
That was the goal from the get-go with everything I was doing, man. I really wanted to be a big music artist out here.
For sure. Yeah, it's easy to play your own music instead of walking up to the DJ booth and being like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
And see, I was real big on that at that time, man, because like I said, I didn't have a lot of money. So, as far as me trying to gush money into marketing and paying DJs to spin my records and stuff like that, it was hard. So I was just doing everything the best way I could. And I was like, I can do it myself.
For sure. That's one thing I learned when we started this journey ourselves, and spending money really don't even take you you never get the whole bang for your buck. Like the grind, like you gonna have to get the grind in no matter what.
You got to. Like you cannot skip that part of the process. Like you can't skip the grinding part. It's impossible to get where you want to go trying to skip the grind. It's impossible.
For sure. So that kind of takes me. Trent, did you have some more DJ questions? Because that kind of took me into the media side of things.
I wanted to ask just like, what does it look like to be a DJ at a radio station? Pretty much,
Yeah,
like
Um,
what does that look like?
So pretty much, man, is you're in the studio. You got your big soundboard. That controls everything that's getting played. Obviously, you're gonna have your DJ equipment in there and stuff like that. I actually never got to spin on the radio. For a little minute, me and another DJ around here, DJ King Tut, shout out him. He's also one of my freshman brothers at A&M. He was actually over there at the same time I was, and they were in the process of renovating their building, and they was putting all of the radio equipment into a I don't know, I guess you call it like a little trailer or something. Okay. And that ended up falling through, so they got rid of the trailer and they put everything back on the inside of the building that they were in. And from that point, it was just like we never really got a chance to do anything on air. It was more so just us in there learning and watching and stuff like that. I mean, it's pretty cool though, man. I'm not gonna lie, the setup in an actual radio station is real nice. Like it's just real nice. Kind of was upset I ain't never get to spin on radio, but everything happens for a reason, and God don't make no mistakes. So
for sure. I mean, things were real digital around that time anyway.
Yeah,
yeah. They switched over. So getting into the media side of things, man, I got to go ahead and give you your flowers, bro.
And I appreciate that, bro.
Once I really started getting into the Huntsville scene, the first thing I noticed, I was like, if anybody wants a professional quality music video, videography, the first place they got to go in Huntsville right now is Real Films.
Definitely.
And so I got to give you your flowers for that because from color grading, from like your cuts, your shots, your setup, the creativity. You had one where you had the I don't even know. Was it really snowing in this one?
Nah, man. So it had snowed that. I know what you're talking about. That was the one with DMR. So it did snow that day, but it wasn't snowing anymore. So what I did was I set him up under a tree. I had my camera on a tripod, and I was off to the side shaking the tree.
Shaking it, yeah. Shaking the tree.
Yeah, man, I was shaking the tree, and it literally made it look like it was snowing.
Yeah, bro. bro. I was like, that's hard,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
And so looking at the stuff you did, like you be knowing like your FBS, you have the professional level, like, and then you just creative, bro. So like I got to give you a flowers for that.
I appreciate
because
that.
Being
Even
in a
on
city
the
like
directing
Huntsville,
tip.
Yeah.
even on the directing tip. So because being in a city like Huntsville, that's like growing but not there yet. We need you. You're a resource. So for sure,
Word.
shout out to you, and you be showing love because
Oh yeah, definitely.
all my homies be like, yeah, Zay say he gonna rock with us. He gonna do this, that, and the other. He got us. So for sure.
And see, a main reason why I do like to show love the way I do is, once again, I was an artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still an artist today, and I know how hard it is for artists to really push themselves and get themselves out there. You know what I'm saying? Just because I was on that side before.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, when I was an artist, again, I didn't have much money, so I'm putting my last 20, 30 bucks into running Instagram ads just so I can, you know, try to get a decent amount of followers or get my following up and stuff like that. So I just know how it is, and so if I can help an artist on the back end as far as, you know, promo, putting money into props for the visuals or anything like that, I try to do it. Like I said, just because I know how hard it is for an artist out there trying to make it, man.
No, it's hard, bro. That's one thing I learned is there's three things I learned from working, bro. Being an artist will humble you, being an entrepreneur will humble you, and being in the food industry will humble you.
Yes.
If you ever been a server or like fast food, you know, like
Yeah, that's I used to be, listen, man, I used to be a server and I used to deliver, man. I used to work at Logan's. I used to deliver at Domino's, Stakeout, all of that. So it was, yeah, I definitely know.
but all of those will just show you that like don't nobody care about you.
Where?
If you want something, you gonna have to
You gotta-
ask for
yep.
it and put yourself out there, man.
Yep.
When did you get into videography?
So I've been dabbling with it for, I know, like 10 plus years now. My granddad, he actually used to do weddings. He had a video company as well. He only did weddings though. So I would go help him out with weddings every now and then and stuff like that. I've been editing just as long. That's actually where I kind of got my start. I've been doing little edits for as long as I can remember. I kind of really got going once I got a homeboy, and he was in a semi-pro football team down in Florida, and he was actually putting me on with his other teammates down there, editing their highlight footage to send to the NFL and USFL, all that little stuff like that. So I've been editing for a good little minute, and I kind of just translated that into what I'm doing now, because my cousin, he ended up getting a camera and was like, man, why don't you do your own music videos? And I thought about it, and I was like, man, you know what? You got a point, because, and this is no shade to nobody around here, but when I was an artist and I was trying to get my vision captured, man, nobody around here was really capturing what I wanted, because the music that I make, man, I have a clear vision for it, and it ain't really just no like, oh, we gonna pull up and shoot this type deal. Like, I really want to have real deal treatments and stuff to it, and of course I know that stuff cost and everything, and I was willing to pay, but what I was wanting just wasn't getting captured. So I got to thinking, and I'm like, yeah, I can definitely do this myself. So I actually started downloading like famous people music videos and editing over the top of them, trying to, you know, work on my edit skills, transitions, color grading, you know, all of that stuff that's kind of instilled when it comes to editing. Because I tell people all the time, I'd had zero knowledge about a camera prior to me starting my production company. Like, I knew you could press record on the camera and do that, but I didn't know anything about ISO. I didn't know anything about f-stop, focal lengths, like pretty much all the basic stuff that you need to know. I didn't know anything about rule of thirds, nothing like that. So I kind of went to YouTube University, man, and I put in some hours. I'll say that.
That man graduated.
So much.
Graduated.
You ain't lying,
I
bro.
put in some
Live.
hours, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I put in some hours, like
That's
waking up and going to sleep, learning my craft, literally.
so, and you find out it goes so much deeper, bro. But what you did was reverse engineering when you said that you would take take music videos off of YouTube or whatever, other people's, and then
Or
like,
in
break them
practice.
down
Yep.
and work backwards from it.
Yep.
That's really how you like break stuff down and grow like 10 times faster.
Yeah.
So that's fire, bro.
Yeah, and like I said it was the want. Like I really wanted this like really bad, like to be an artist. Like I really wanted that really bad. So I'm like, man, I want to have the dopest stuff around here, man. Like I want people to be like, this is something we've never seen before. And once I actually put out my first couple music videos, people started asking, like, yo, who's doing that? Who's doing that? And I'm like, yo, that's me. I'm doing it myself. Like, man, you got to shoot me one. And the rest was history at that point. Cause I started in 2019, April 19th. My daughter, she was born April 12th. So that's how, I associate the two. I started my company fully a week after my daughter was born. And so it literally was maybe 2 or 3 months into my journey as Real Films, I started getting hit up by, I guess, what people consider around here like the top artists in the city. They started seeing my work. They asked me, oh, you doing these edits? You doing all of this? Because at that particular time, and it's full blown now, but at that particular time, man, a lot of the cutout animations and just all the crazy little effects and stuff I was doing, a lot of people weren't doing it at that time, man. I kind of used Lyrical Lemonade, Cole Bennett, as like the foundation for what I'm doing. He was really the only one at that particular time that was doing all of that stuff like that too. So I kind of used him as a foundation and built off of that, Sure. And people fell in love with it.
That's fire, bro. It's crazy how like even videography has like those pioneers, bro. Do you remember Colin Tilley?
Yeah,
Bro,
I remember Colin Tilley.
You remember that run he had? It was like maybe like 2013. He had like Chris Brown videos going crazy.
Yep.
He had a bunch of them joints going crazy.
And the thing is, man, like I try to tell people all the time, when it comes to it, I never label myself as a cameraman, as a videographer, nothing like that. I'm a director.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a director producer. You have your cameraman, you have. That's the phone.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what that was.
I think it's Trent side. Trent, you got a clicking noise. Because when I mute you, it goes away.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, my bad. Okay. Probably hang up and call
Is it
again.
Nah, thing's still
It's still doing it. I don't know what
Sound like
that
a
is.
grasshopper just.
Oh, you got your black headphones in?
It stopped.
Hey, stop. Never mind. I switched this on.
Hey, I'm gonna call me back.
He said call him back.
Oh, you said call back? Okay, hold up.
I sure started here. I'm like, man, what is that?
Me too. I tried to ignore it at first.
I
like,
was,
nah, I can't do it.
fact. I was
Yeah, I ain't
definitely
know
trying
if
to
y'all
do it.
peeped to her. I ain't know if it was my headphones that was disconnected.
Oh, that thing loud. All right. I think we solid.
Yeah, I think you good now.
All right, we good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
After
sir.
30 minutes, them headphones start acting up. You feel me?
Start overheating. It's hot over there too.
Right.
All right, good. What you were saying, bro?
But yeah, no. Back to what I was saying though. I kind of just started learning every aspect of having a production company. Cause everything that I do, once you get to bigger production companies, you have your director, you have your sound guy, you have your camera guy, you have your editors, and even when it comes to the editing tip, you might have a person who edits it, but you have a person that color grades it as well. Like, it's a lot of different aspects that come into it. So what I did was I learned everything, like literally every aspect of production, just so when the time comes, I can have my team, and then I'm just directing. I actually have an editor right now. I done had a couple guys that I brought on to work the camera, but it just didn't really work out the way that I wanted it to, because I treat this just like any other company, man. It comes down to morals and stuff like that. You could be the best camera guy in the world, man, but you sorry as hell as a person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to deal with that. So It really boiled down to stuff like that. But right now, I one man army a lot of stuff. I actually have outsourcers for when I have bigger projects. But right now, if it's just me, that is what it is.
For sure.
Yeah, so I know like earlier you was talking about how like people weren't creating what you saw in your head. How on this side of it, like, do you think it's harder for you to? Would you rather an artist come to you with an idea, or do you want to, kind of make it come to life for them?
So typically, I like artists to at least have some type of idea about what they want visually for their song. It's kind of crazy for you to make a song and you can't tell me what it's about. Just being honest. That lets me know that you in the studio just talking.
You would be surprised.
Mhm.
Oh, trust me. I know. I have artists all the time, man, and I don't know if it's just them being lazy or if they truly just don't know. But I have several artists, man. The first thing I ask, do you have any ideas, or do you have a concept in mind? Do you have a look in mind? Anything like that?
Call a spade a
Nah.
spade, though, man.
Nah, bro. I was hoping you could do this, you could do that, and I mean, I don't have a problem doing that. But here's where the problem comes into play. The way I might see your song might not be the way you see your song.
Or then
They
not gonna
don't
be
see it. They don't
satisfied.
see the song. They ain't got no
You,
vision.
you know what I'm saying?
'Cause-
And I've had instances where I've come up with a whole treatment, and they're like, "Well, no, I actually was trying to go in this direction with it. So why you didn't say that up? You know what I'm saying, off rip?
Words.
Like, so you obviously have an idea
Yeah.
of what you want.
Man, some
Well,
of these dudes
it's
don't be.
late.
Some of these dudes don't be artists for real. They
Nah, man.
want the lifestyle.
That's
or
it.
whatever
The
is,
clout
but
behind it, man.
but they
'Cause
don't love the music like that.
listen, I done had an artist. I'm not gonna say no names, man. I done had an artist come to me, and he was like, "Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I can just get, 1,000 views. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get these hoes off this. What?
He
Come
capped
on,
himself.
What?
Man,
You know what I'm saying? We shot that video, but we ain't shot one since.
Yeah.
bro. And 1,000 views. Think you finna get the hoes off 1,000 views?
like-
Everything you said,
Exactly.
did.
Some of
Shoot
these,
for the
some of these
stars.
guys be delusional, bro. Can't lie to you. Some of them be real delusional when it come to this. And I try to tell people like, I'm trying to be next level with this. When you come shoot a video with me, I want it to be the exact same thing that you will see on BET Jams, YouTube World Star, whatever the case may be. I want it to be identical to what these A-listers, B-listers, C-listers are putting out. When people see your video with real films, man, who is that? Is he signed? You know what I'm saying? And get that superstar look to him. That be my main goal with it.
So I got a good one for you because it's something that we go through too. Because we still got a business. You know what I'm saying? And we got to get a profit. So like we definitely have times where like we're charging for people like that. Because people start reaching out to you as you get better. People
Yeah,
reach
definitely,
out. And
definitely.
They want to work with you, this, that, and the other. What's the
Definitely.
balance for you? Because it's because I have to learn to say no. Because I'm just like, even if you trying to pay me, bro, I seen like your stuff and I'm not feeling it, bro. Like, and not even trying to play you, but like you trying to expedite the process. You still need to like work on this aspect of your music. So have you ever just had like where like somebody's willing to pay you, but you like, bro, I just don't like my
It's a disconnect.
creatively. Like I'm not feeling it right now.
Yeah, I do that now, man. So before we even shoot, you got to send me that song, and I got to listen to it.
Yeah.
Now here's the way I go about it. So if I hear your song and it's just straight trash, then I respectfully decline. Nah, man, not really feeling the song, and I be really upfront about it like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't do it to the point where like, hey, no, you're trash. It's just I'm not feeling your song. Somebody else might, but I'm not feeling your song because when it comes down to it, man, for me, I have to at least feel your song for me to be able to get creatively into it.
Facts.
And I don't like just pulling up, shooting, whatever, and then going home. Like I said, it's an art.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong way to art, but art can still look good and bad.
And it won't be fun, bro.
No, and then it'll just start feeling like work. And the minute if it starts feeling like work, you kind of out of it because now you're not gonna feel like doing it. You're not gonna put your all into it. You know what I'm saying? So when when I have that problem, you know, sometimes they, oh, bro, you hating, or, all right, bet, well, I'm gonna show you this and that, and I'm like, that's fine, like,
Show me. I
right,
would actually
Word.
love that.
yes,
You got
You
to
come
prove
back.
the whole world wrong
yes,
anyway.
that's what I'm
If you
saying.
come back with some fire and be like, hey, this was Zay Waavy because he
Yeah.
was playing me, I'm gonna be like,
And
shit.
here's my
Put
thing.
me on the writing credits, nigga.
It's at the end of the day, it's business. Like, it's nothing personal. It is business, and I always make people understand, like, outside of business, not gonna lie, man, I'm cool, I'm chill, bro. We gonna turn up whatever the case may be. But when I'm in director mode, it's serious business. You know what I'm saying? Because one, you're getting paid. So I'm getting paid to fulfill whatever the service is that you need right now, whether it's a music video, content creation, whatever the case may be. So one, I don't like playing with people's money.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And then two, why would you want to play with your money? You know, once you're getting into a music video, that's an investment. I tell people that all the time. Why do you want to spend $500+ on something just to let it sit?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to throw away $500. I'm not trying to throw away a band. Why are you trying to do that? And that boils back to the people just like, yeah, man, I just want that clout. I just want to get the hoes. Like, I'm doing it because my partner doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I have no problem turning down people when it comes to music. Like, and I have instances where a song might not be that fire, but the artist might have this crazy look to him or something, and I feel like he has a chance of going viral behind it.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's different ways I look at different projects, but I'm always upfront about whatever it is that we gonna have going on.
I like that
Always.
you said that. Because there are definitely, like, people outside of music, inside of music, that they're still grown in the craft, but you can still see the passion because even in the other aspect, their image and the way they carry themselves and the fact that they're creative outside of it, like, I'm not a big fan of the Baby's music, personally. Not playing him, he can rap, whatever. But
I love his videos, bro.
I love his videos,
yes,
and I love
yes.
how outside the box and creative he gets
Yes.
with his videos. That's one thing I'll always give him.
Yes.
And he has songs that I like. I'm not like acting like he's like bad. I'm just not gonna listen to a whole album type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But his music videos, I love them.
Yeah, man, because I actually had watched the interview on him, and he was talking about, because, you know, he's actually into directing now. Like,
Yeah.
he's actually doing directing and stuff, man. So I watched the interview, and he was talking about when him and Real Goats got together. And he was talking about how he was pretty much soaking up a lot of game from them just on the directing tip and stuff like that. And he was like, I'm not going to lie, you know, that helped elevate me in my creative lane when it
y'all
came to
still
my
there?
visuals. Yeah, you can't hear?
Hello.
Yo.
Hello.
Here.
My boy done missed a third of the interview.
He was getting into it too.
Yo.
Yo, my bad. I don't know what happened.
We was getting into it, bro.
Jeez, man. I know, bro. I didn't hear no audio. I'm like, yo, what
Yeah,
happened?
y'all there.
Y'all get into the baby videos, bro.
Okay, man.
Yeah,
You ain't
yeah.
miss a whole lot.
Nah,
I thought
you
I thought you was out
Yeah.
of commission for a minute. Okay.
But
No.
But yeah, he was just talking about, you know, how Real Goats kind of helped him elevate himself creatively. Because, you know, it's funny, it's a lot of actually artists who are, like, getting into directing now. Like, Tiana Taylor, she's fire.
Super fire.
She fire.
She been fire too.
Yeah,
low-key.
definitely.
fire.
Tiana Taylor's fire. I definitely like Tiana Taylor. She
Give
dope.
me some artists that, like, outside of the music, you're like, bro, I shop with the fact that you so creative. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
With the
so
visuals and
I like
present yourself. My boy going through it.
going crazy in Orlando.
For sure, bro. That man on a roller coaster. Let me find out. Bro, let me find out you on Splash Mountain or something while we doing the interview. Trent,
Yeah.
you at the amusement park, bro?
Man. God damn.
She's going crazy.
Going crazy. All right.
Okay.
Did you
Go
hear
ahead.
You heard what I asked him?
I probably didn't hear the second part. After, he was about to start talking about the baby, go back into that. After he hung up again, I ain't hear nothing.
Okay, well, I just asked him to go into some of the artists that stand out to him creatively, like as far as like outside of the music, like with their visuals and how they present themselves, like publicly.
Man, I love J. Cole's videos, man.
Okay.
He's super dope and creative when it comes to his videos. Um, I love Kanye West.
Yeezy.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir, Ski.
Yes, sir, man. Kanye West, man, he's super dope, man. Really, really misunderstood, but the people that understand him. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
going back to that like college dropout, the whole rollout for that, bro. Doing that like on the budget he had, like
Yeah,
that,
bro.
and I respect so much. Like, you ever feel like sometimes artists' first albums be like their best?
Yeah,
You feel
I
like,
definitely like his early works. To me is gonna always trump everything that he been putting out.
Yeah.
You know, nowadays, like, listen, bro, I can rap the whole College Dropout top to bottom. Not gonna lie, that's probably one of the most listened to albums. Like, for me, I literally like that and Late Registration. Like,
Or
I like Graduation too, but College Dropout and Late Registration, man, them probably like two of my like favorite albums. Them definitely in like my top 10 for sure. Like, of what I listen to anyway.
and I feel like it's because like you just be so hungry to like blow. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
just be
or you
like,
put your all into it.
Yeah.
oh, bro, and it's like even when the money comes, you can't match like that hunger, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah,
just
man.
wanting to be-
Nah, man. And see, that's what when it comes to me, like on the money aspect, it's like majority of the time I'm never charging anybody that I'm working with, what I could charge them, and then I always kind of go over and above for them. You know what I'm saying? Because one, business is all about relationships. And you build relationships through trust and good business.
Or
So, I've had a couple instances where I've had people I've worked with and they knew I was kind of undercharging them. And they kind of got into a better position and, hey bro, you was looking out. So check this out. I know this is what you asking for. I'm gonna give you a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I've had a couple people that's been like that, man. MJ Gill for a prime example. Me and him, we've been working since 2019.
I've been working nonstop. Bro.
Yeah, man.
word.
Funny little story behind that. And it's crazy because I still got the messages in my phone. So since I've been doing this, MJ Gill was the only artist that I ever actually reached out to and was like, "Hey, let's work." And it was crazy because I seen him on a sponsored ad coming down my timeline on Instagram, and I'm like, "Man, who is this?" Because I was still an artist at that time. I was doing videos, but I was still kind of in full-time artist mode too. And at that time, I didn't really feel like it was too many people around here that was making like the kind of music that I made. So when I seen him, I'm like, oh snap, who is bruh? So, went and looked at him, kind of looked at what he was doing and everything and reached out to him. So he's like, yeah, bro, bet, let's do it. So, you know, it was cool when we linked up on the video tip, but we like super similar as people as well. Like his background is kind of similar to mine, the music background and all of that. He records himself, I recorded myself, and the type of music he makes, he likes to sing and rap and stuff. That's kind of like what I do too. So, you know, that's my guy, man. Shout out MJ Gill, man, for sure.
Y'all could do a video album.
No, definitely.
Word. Basically, already got it out.
Definitely, man. Like we literally grew, what I'm saying, with each other, man. Like I first got with him, he had like 2,500 followers. He's up to like 100K now. I probably had like 600 followers. I got around like close to 12K. I got like 11,000 something like that now. I had like 200, 300 subs on YouTube. I got almost 9,000 now. I got like 8.3 or something like that on YouTube. So
What's some advice for growing YouTube, bro?
So it's a little different now, just because the algorithm with it is always changing. But you really have to make sure that you keep consistent content going. But it's little things that you have to do, like adding in keywords, adding in hashtags, making sure your description is long enough, making sure your title is long enough. Like it's a lot of little bitty things, like actually having a high quality thumbnail, like all of these little things that you probably really wouldn't think about.
Yeah.
All of that stuff matters. Like it all matters. And so I've been monetized on YouTube now. I think I got monetized in like 2021, 2020, somewhere in there. But um, don't get caught up in the hype of you can make so much money off of YouTube.
For sure.
Majority of my content on my YouTube is music videos, so they're about 2 to 3 minutes a piece. So how you really maximize your profit on YouTube is long videos 8 minutes or longer, so you can throw multiple ads in between those.
Get that watch time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cause like when I was getting monetized, you had to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watch minutes or watch time, and that was equated to 250,000 minutes of watch time.
Yeah.
And so once me and MJ Gill kind of really hit our groove, I had at this particular time everybody was wanting to drop on my channel because like I said, I had started getting into the algorithm and everything with YouTube. So I'm dropping videos at the minimum, man. They getting like 2,000-3,000 views. You know what I'm saying? And so people was hitting me up like, yo, bro, yeah, we can shoot the video, man. I want to drop it on your page, blase, blase, blah. And it kind of was like, I think at this time I'm getting close to like 40, 50 subscribers a day. And my subscribers went from like 300 and something in the summer of 2020 to almost 1,000 by the end of the year. Okay. And then that following year, me and MJ Gill, we dropped Back on Me. And that was the first like video that we had that had went over 100K. It ended up getting over 200,000 views on it. And it was like from that point on, like everything was just up. And my subscribers was going up faster. The watch time going up, all of it. So it was pretty cool. Like I said, I don't really make much off of it now, just because everything is kind of short videos. And like I said, you get an ad at the beginning and an ad at the end. Okay. And if they skip it, you don't really get much. Like they literally, you have to have the ads watched in order for you to, increase your revenue. Like you can play an ad, but it still has to be watched.
I be skipping that thing like a mug.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Damn.
I be skipping the shit out of it.
And see, I don't even got ads, man. I got YouTube Premium, so
me too.
yeah, I pay for YouTube Premium, so I don't even get ads. But here's the funny thing, though, you get actually a percentage of YouTube Premium. Okay, it's not good. A lot, but you get a percentage of that, that's just good. Because, people watching it and they got YouTube Premium, your ads not going to pop up anyway.
I'm about to say, they should give y'all a percentage. Yeah,
so you do get a little small percentage on that, too.
Bro. Every once in a while, they'll catch me, though, like, the song would just be in the background. Like, the Jonas Brothers was an ad the other day, and for whatever reason, I was cleaning my room, and it just stayed on. I was like, motherfucker, getting a little jig. Oh, shit, skip this. Yeah,
and see, that's really what helped us grow, man. That's what helped me grow, man, running ads. So once I got monetized, it unlocked me to be able to use Google AdSense. So, if I'm running an ad, it'll play like if a music video is running as an ad, the whole music video will play as an ad. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all done ever like been on YouTube and an ad popped up and it's like a person's actual music video playing as the ad, but it's stuff like that.
Okay, for sure.
Hey,
so if we on your channel, we watching your videos, we gonna let that ad run. We got you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
The K-pop things getting skipped though. They
nah, for sure. Like I said, I don't like ads anyway. That's why I got YouTube Premium.
Cause I love YouTube.
Them ads.
Man, them ads, man. Hey, but it's a source of income, so
for sure.
Do you even get to choose what ads you want, or
no,
it's just random?
The only thing I get to choose when it comes to ads is what type of ads. So I can actually choose if I want skippable ads, non-skippable ads. For a minute, I was just choosing non-skippable ads, but when I did some research, they was like, you need to have every type of ad that you can have on there. So I have banner ads on there, little title card ads that pop up. It's like 5 or 6 different type of ads that can pop up on the video when you click on it.
Man, I feel like the real ads that actually work are like the creatively placed ads. Like podcasting now is cool for like people like we've done it before too. People just ask the podcaster to read an ad, And if the podcaster got personality, you know what I'm saying? It'll be funny enough for people to listen and catch it.
Definitely, definitely.
Or like the movies, like man, y'all might be too young. Back to the Future, they would have like Pepsi cans
What
in
you
the
mean?
thing.
Y'all, I feel like that was a diss
It
towards
was.
me.
It was.
Bro. Like, bro,
You're the only one. You're the only one in here born in like
I'm
after
seeing Back to the
2000.
Future.
Though, bro.
I'm
So
seeing Back to the Future.
but like you know what I'm saying, creatively placed in like the movie and whatnot. I feel like them type of ads. Be
Yeah,
kinda cool.
and they still do that in music videos today, man. Like
I was
when
about to say that. Yeah,
when Lil Nas X had his run going, man, it was a lot of ads placed in his videos. To me, that's good because I mean, obviously the artists get paid for that. You know what I'm saying? Even with regular content creators that's doing YouTube and stuff like that, they might have sponsors. So I know you probably been watching the video and they're like, today's video is brought to you by, and then they go into a whole little spiel about whoever the sponsor is and stuff like that. So,
man, we might have to put that all in water in one of your music videos.
hey,
man.
go ahead.
So, you know
Go
what I'm saying?
ahead, man. You know we locked in.
Feel me? What's that old Drake commercial where he used to like pop out with the Sprite?
Nah, I'm too young for that.
Nah, I used to think that went crazy. I was like, oh, snap.
Yeah, that was hard. That was hard.
Oh, man.
But yeah, man, like I said, I definitely love the YouTube journey, man. It was a lot of this, man. It was real big to me, just because it was a lot of doubt on my way up. Like in my early grinding, man, it was a lot of doubt.
From yourself or like from
Other
others?
people,
Okay.
other people, man. It's funny because I always tell people this was probably like maybe 2016. 2016, no, it was like 2017, 2018. Me and my girl, man, we had a YouTube channel. And so I'm telling my pops, like, yeah, man, you know, we gonna do this, make it big on YouTube. Boy, you ain't make no money off no YouTube.
Not the pop voice.
You know, you make no money off no YouTube, man. And
Better go get you a job.
Yeah, man.
You and your girl need to go get a job. Talking about YouTube.
Heard a lot of that. So I mean, all of that. You know, I love my dad, man. Shout out my pops, man. Shout out my pops. But a lot of that, man, it helps steam the drive and passion that I have for this. And like I said, I've always wanted to be my own boss. Always wanted to be an entrepreneur. Like I have the drive. I know what it takes to be able to do all that. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it was just a way to kind of like prove everybody wrong, and it's to the point now to where I get, oh, I knew you could do that. I seen it in, you know. You feel me? You feel me? So
Yeah, you know, sometimes it's just they, you know, at least like older generations, they fearful, or you know, maybe they try some, or maybe they don't understand the new stuff, so they just pushing back on it.
that's the big thing, man. You know that their generation is different than our generation. You know,
Hmm.
back then, as the man, you ain't in school, you going and working and you providing and that's that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no extracurriculars, doing no stuff with YouTube and all that. You know what I'm saying? YouTube wasn't even out back then, but you know what I'm saying? It wasn't none of that going on, and so it was to the point to where you just almost had to say fuck it, you know, and just do what was in your heart, and that was in my heart, like.
I mean, I feel like back in the day, like their YouTube was probably like, I'm about to go to New York and be a comic or something like that. And
Right.
Parents would get you like funny ass to that job in the morning, boy.
Right.
Man, and then it don't even just be like, I feel like, do you even have like, within our generation, do you have like those friends that just can't like maybe detach from like the old Zay and be like, because you know, you've grown into like, you know.
Man, believe this or not, man, I'm the type, I have a small circle, and my circle always been small. I got two main partners from back when I was younger. We, you know what I'm saying, we been locked in, and they all supported everything I was doing from the get-go. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really have that problem of having people in my circle who wasn't kind of seeing what I was seeing, and kind of started, you know, moving towards the hate as I was growing type deal. You know what I'm saying? Because all the people I hang around with, man, everybody got motion. Solid. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, that's something that it's really a life thing, man. You have to hang around people that's doing what you're doing.
For sure.
You know what I'm
Learn that
saying?
the hard way.
Yeah, yeah,
You love some. You really do love some people, but you be like, we just not compatible the
Yep.
same way. You
yep,
know what I'm saying?
yep.
That's
But
one
that's
thing.
why I said I was fortunate enough to not to have to even really go through those growing pains of my growth. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm nowhere near where I was, 4 or 5 years ago prior to me starting my company.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir. Sir. Damn. Jordan, you got any more questions off the top?
Nah, we're probably gonna have to run this one back. This was a good one though.
yeah,
It
definitely,
was.
man.
Yeah.
Any time, man. Y'all my guys. This one been a long time coming. It was funny because
Sure.
I actually have my Instagram notifications off. I got my Instagram, Facebook. I actually have all of my social media notifications off just because like my phone be going
Smart
off.
man.
It be going off all the time, and so I'll check my inbox, but I'll forget to check my requests. And so I went to my request and seen y'all had wrote me, and I was like, oh, damn.
Oh.
Facts. I was like, man, hold on, let me get back with my guy. And it was funny because Trent, he wrote me back like almost ASAP. Once I had responded to him, this was like last week. He was like, yeah, man, we'd love to have you on that Monday. I was like, for sure, I'm going to go in there and get right with my guys.
For sure. For sure. It was a long
Yeah,
Same, man. Like I said,
man.
I didn't see y'all, man, and I definitely love the growth from y'all as well, man. Just from even the first, because I think the first time that I actually had been around y'all podcast was I think y'all did MJ
I think it was
Gill.
MJ.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
yeah, that was the first time I was actually seeing the podcast. But I had been hearing it because how long y'all been doing this now?
About 3, going on 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, just seeing y'all growth, man, is that consistency. So y'all keep doing what y'all doing, and I promise you, sky's the limit for sure, for sure.
Appreciate that, dog.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. I was like, yeah, he finally sent that message back. I was like, hey, let me get this quick.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I promise you, man. I did not ignore nothing. Like I said, as soon as I seen it in my request box, I was like, oh man, let me write back. Cause like I said, I always forget to check my request box. Like I'll just go look at my inbox to see if anybody didn't send me anything, and then get back out of it. And I seen I had like 4 or 5 request messages in there, and I was like, let me see what's going on in here. And then I seen y'all. I was like, oh yeah, let me write these boys back.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, I think I'm starting to get to that point where I might have to turn some of the notifications off. Folks, I feel
Man.
like when you start creating more content, the more content you create, the less you want to consume it.
Yeah.
Because like
Mm-hmm.
my people they always be watching videos and send them to me, or like people will be requesting for the podcast, and after a while, it just be like frying my brain.
Oh yeah, like I literally got rid of every blue check that I was following. Like
Yep. Me too,
I
bro. Just
unfollowed
about.
every blue check. Just like it was to me, it was like a cleanse because it was like I was getting caught up and trying to be like, man, these guys doing this. It could be somebody doing better than me, or it could be something that I'm like. And I found myself starting to try to mimic what I was seeing instead of maintaining my originality.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So all the blue checks, I had to let them go.
And it just be a waste of
Yeah.
time, bro. I be like, I get my little notification for how many hours of watch time, bro. When they go up too much, I be like, boy, you
Yep.
tripping.
Yep.
You are tripping. But yeah. So
Yeah.
that's y'all.
Even
That's y'all.
them content creators, like even it be like new ideas, like of how to do something or do this and that to get some type of bread. Or I'm like, damn, I'm trying to consume all this stuff. Let me focus in on
Right.
what it is I want to learn, and
Right.
For
that's
sure.
it.
For sure. Because it'd be quick money half the time, or it'd be some stuff that don't even be that deep.
Yep.
I feel like when I've gotten the
Mhm.
most like creative progress as far as learning, it'd be just when I'll sit and play around with it. I think I talked about this on the last one, like maybe like editing wise, like I'll just be sitting playing with like different tools or different little effects and
But that's
stuff.
how
and it's just
that's how
fun
you
stuff.
that's how you learn, man. Think about pro athletes, man. They get in the gym, repetition.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I said I put in a lot of hours, man. A whole lot of hours practicing, messing stuff up. You know what I'm saying? But that's the best way to learn. I'm a physical and visual learner. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Okay, before you go, last question. What type of software do you use like for your editing?
So I use Final Cut, man.
Okay, you a Final Cut Pro type of guy.
Yeah, early on until everybody kept asking me and I kept telling them everybody thought I was using Adobe. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, I don't like Adobe.
You don't like Adobe?
I do
Why-
not like Adobe.
Why don't you like Adobe? You don't like it either?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Now, I be using CapCut though, so I be getting judgment for that. But
Nah, bro,
I don't-
CapCut.
Bro,
Hey,
CapCut is easy as fuck to
man,
use,
no,
bro.
shade, no shade towards CapCut at all, cause they're fire. I'm not gonna lie, like. Even if I'm doing just some little small content, I got
Word.
CapCut on my phone. I actually paid for the full version of
Word.
it. You know what I'm saying?
And this should just be quick.
Yep.
sure.
And it's really similar to any other kind of editing software. It's literally just on your phone. You just have to learn the UI of it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just learn where everything is, learn all the tools, and it'll literally be the same as Final Cut, Adobe, DaVinci, anything like that. But yeah, no, I don't like Adobe, man.
Why don't you like a dog?
So actually, Adobe was the first thing that I was actually trying to edit on.
Because there is definitely a learning curve. when I
No,
tell you
yeah,
that
it's
motherfucker-
so it's definitely way. I'm not gonna say way harder to learn Adobe than Final Cut, but when I actually started really getting into my editing, at that particular time, I had a PC, so obviously you can't use anything Mac with a PC. So I was trying to use Adobe, and it was real buggy. Now, mind you, I was using the pirated version. I wasn't paying for it or nothing
Oh
like that. so-
shit! I ain't
It be
even-
buggy anyway, bro.
yeah, so
Bro, jailbroke the motherfucking.
oh yeah,
editing software.
yeah.
I ain't heard that
I
one.
just broke down. What was it, last year? Might have been year before last, and bought the full version of Final Cut. Like,
Just now?
yeah,
That's crazy.
I was using the pirated version of Final Cut too, man. I've been really big with computers like all my life, so
Okay,
I
for
know
sure.
about pirating and a little bit of hacking, all that little stuff like that. That's why I was going to college to be a coder. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
tripping, bro, because I should have been on that type of time. Because
Yeah.
I'm with that with like with anime and stuff. Like I for a long time I refused to like buy like the subscriptions
Yeah,
and stuff
bro.
like that. I never thought about doing that for the software, bro.
I pirated.
You
bro.
just blew my mind, bro. I really might go.
Man, honestly, the only reason why I went
You
on
can
ahead
go
and
to
broke
A&R.
straight up, and the only
You
reason
pull
why
it off
I
their computer.
actually bought Final Cut was they sent a lot of updates,
Oh,
and it was hard trying to keep up with the latest version because every time I would see an
Oh.
update, I would just go onto my little pirate website and see if they got the latest version.
have to
You know what I'm saying?
re-download it.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
it kind of like was getting hard to keep up with the updates. So I'm like, man,
The time value after a while, you just like be like,
yeah, I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna just go and spend this little 300, and I'm kind of glad I did because actually it runs a lot smoother now, just because it's staying up to date. Like, man, they might send an update on there, man, about once every other week, literally.
probably do that on purpose.
I think they do, man. Now I definitely still use my pirated version of Logic because that's the software I use to record my songs and stuff. I'm not finna spend 300 on that, and I don't even really do it like that.
So I'm gonna be real. The reason that I shop with Adobe is because I do like a lot of graphics and stuff like that too. And you know, the Adobe Creative Cloud, it's just convenient.
No, definitely.
It's
Now,
just
from that
convenient
tip,
as
and
hell.
that's why I didn't really care too much about it because a lot of people that come to me, man, you do photography, all this. I'm strictly video, so I don't do no graphic design, none of that. Now, I do take pictures, you know what I'm saying, for like family and friends and stuff like that, but I don't solicit photography at all.
I got you.
I solicit straight videography, you know what I'm saying? Even on my business cards, you won't see nothing on my business card about photos, nothing.
Got you for sure. And that's one thing I learned the hard way, bro. Videos and photos is like basketball and football. Them shits is totally different.
Yeah.
The lighting's different.
Yep.
All that shit different.
Yep.
So that's another thing. That's a whole nother podcast. We're gonna have to do that next time.
Definitely, man. I appreciate y'all for having me, though, man, for sure.
So take us
Hey,
out, Trent.
thanks for coming through. Yeah, well, Zay, we appreciate you coming through. Also, hey, do you got anything you need to plug? You know,
Say that again.
You got anything?
you got anything? Yeah, YouTube, anything like that?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. So y'all follow me on Instagram, Zay Waavy, ZAYWAVY. That's my personal. My business one is Real Films, REELFILMZ. YouTube is Real Films. Facebook is Real Films. Everything is Real Films, man. Website therealfilms.com. All of that, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow me, man, and stay tuned. I actually got some projects I got coming up, man. So I'm about to be doing some horror short films.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm actually stepping into the full-time film thing, man. When everything kind of finally goes the way I want it to, I'm gonna actually have people shooting and editing on the music video tip and stuff like that, so I can get my passion projects out the way.
For sure. That's hard.
All right. Yes, sir. All right. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Y'all make sure y'all like,
Everybody,
share,
y'all.
comment.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Like,
man,
share, and
y'all
comment.
make sure y'all subscribe to that All In Experience, man. Y'all do that. They too dope.
All in audio
Mm,
experience.
too much love. All right. All in, all out, baby.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Ski.
Man, I appreciate you for having